What do you reckon, Como?
Yeah, sorry.
What do you reckon? We start in a minute?
Oh, you're not audible to me. I'm not getting it.
Oh, am I audible right now?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Hi, assalamu alaikum. Everybody's joining in.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just maybe wait 30 more seconds and then we can definitely start. I hope I'm not taking you guys away from your lunch breaks. Awesome. All right. Do you reckon we start, Como?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. First of all, assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. And as we proceed, I'm sure there are a couple of more people that would love to join us as we talk about ESG and specifically why it's really important in Saudi Arabia. So before I start in, my name is Abdurrahman Sheikh. I am here at Your Impact as a business development representative. And I'm going to be hosting today's webinar, specifically talking, and we're going to have a really good conversation around this. And with me, who's going to be presenting this and discussing this is Ms. Komal Koshik. Ms. Komal Koshik, please introduce yourself. She is a sustainability manager, and she's going to be giving us a rundown of the presentation. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abdul Rahman. Thank you so much for everyone joining us here. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. And I'm very happy to be here in the webinar, right? I'm very happy to have you all here, and I'm very happy that Abdul Rahman, you gave me the opportunity to have a conversation together on sustainability to understand how things are moving around in the world, right? I'm Komal Kaushik. I'm sustainability manager in your Impact, and I have a good hands-on expertise in GHG accounting, in sustainability, in the reporting frameworks. I'm taking care of the operational part of your Impact here. I am also ISO 14064 certified lead verifier. So that's all about me. Before I begin, or before we begin, I would like to ask a simple question from all of you. How many of you believe your company is prepared for the future?
All right.
I,
So at your screen right now, you're probably going to see a poll. So if you could just answer the poll questions, go right ahead. I'm seeing a couple of quiet answers here. 67% says maybe. 33% says I believe we are. Okay. 50-50 right now. Okay. This is interesting. I think we're going to have a really good time here talking about and lots of good questions. Okay, so far we have 50-50, and I'm glad we have not sure, right? I think this is great. This is great news. So let's end the poll here. Go ahead, Ms. Como.
I'm really very happy, and I really appreciate that you put the honest answer, the maybe, and those who believe that they are. I'm really happy to have them here. Definitely, we'll exchange insights in terms of sustainability with that reference. Yeah, thank you so much again for your answer. Now, let me ask you a second question. Okay, so if a global investor, like if one of your largest investors, your customers, or lenders, or your so they asked you that tomorrow for your climate risks, your carbon footprint, how quickly you can provide the organization level data to them, and how credible that data is. Like
Yeah,
generally, since it's
just
kind of an Excel work,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Abdul
So
Rahman,
if you could
if
like
you want to
give
answer.
your poll answers on the chat right now, real quick, is it how quick do you guys get those statements out and your sustainability goals? Because in the new reporting standards, we are moving towards mandatory, right, from voluntary practice. So go right ahead in the chat.
Is it like 1 week or 1 month? Oh, a year. Okay.
We got a year, okay.
Who those who were like very much sure that definitely they'll provide the data and they are pretty much doing good in terms of sustainability, just want to hear answer from their end. How quickly we'll get the data, the reports?
Give a roundabout estimate. If you're not sure, that's also totally fine. Almost a year. Okay, we got another year. So the consensus is almost a year, right?
Yes. And there where the answers were maybe, I guess that's exactly like perhaps we are still figuring out where to start. And that's exactly why today's conversation matters. For decades, I'll say, businesses were evaluated primarily on financial performance. But today, if you'll see, a second balance sheet is emerging, a balance sheet of resilience, a balance sheet that measures how well a company manages environmental risk, how well they manages their workforce challenges, how well they manages their governance practices, or I'll say climate impacts and long-term value creation. That's like very important. So this is what ESG is truly about, right? And if I'll say that now nowhere, if we talk about the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is not merely adapting to global sustainability trends. It is, in short, it is like actively shaping through Vision 2030, through Saudi Green initiatives, and through the major projects that we are taking. For example, the NEOM, the Red Sea project, and massive investments into sustainable economic development. The kingdom is actually redefining what growth looks like in the 21st century, and the conversation is no longer should we focus on ESG. I mean, all of you must say yes to this. That we our conversation has totally shift towards how fast can we integrate ESG into business strategy, because 1 year is like it's like a lot time. If we'll take time to integrate data for a complete year, then when we'll go for the actions and when we go for the initiatives, that comes second question naturally. So today our complete discussion will be about how things are moving, and we will simplify this entire landscape. And the ESG regulations, with what we will be discussing is the ESG regulations and what market is expecting regarding the reshaping and the initiatives we have already taken for our 2030 goal. What is IFRS S1 and S2? What is scope 1 to 3? And will not introduce any sort of technical jargons, I'll assure you that. My objective today is very simple. When you leave this session, I don't want you thinking about how ESG as compliance part, like how I'll be a more compliant supplier to my customer or to the government. I want you thinking about ESG as a competitiveness, because that's where businesses are moving right now. It should be as investment readiness. It should be more of like as risk management, right? It should be like how ESG is a deriver of long-term investments and long-term business growth, right? So today here we'll just quickly check the trends
Yeah.
in the previous 5 years.
Yeah, and just before we move towards the trends, I think, Komu, you mentioned how this conversation should be very much enabled in all organizations. I think moving forward, we are seeing drastic changes in our climate. We're seeing drastic changes in the way we are being transparent, and the way we're initializing a lot more open conversation of why the environmental portion matters, why the Social Corporate Responsibility Act matters, like why the structure of the governance matters. And this is exactly the pinnacle of our conversation. One thing we should really be targeting are the Paris climate agreements, right? We have the UN SDG 17 goals. So these are all enveloped in the same umbrella, is finding and locating like importance to these matters. So yes, absolutely. Why does ESG matter in this context? This is our research, and we want to definitely talk about. Go ahead, Komal.
Uh, yes, thank you so much for adding your part, Abdul Rahman. That was really a thing which we should check on. And now we are talking about the next 5 years, how what will be in the 2030. But if we will just hold on for a second and look at the back 5 years, the previous 5 years, from 2020 to 2025, how ESG and sustainability has, across the globe has reshaped, and also in Saudi has reshaped. So on the left side, we can see the trends across the globe, that companies who took net zero commitments, if you'll see from 2020 to 2025, the number has drastically increased. It started from 1541, and till 2025 the reportings for net zero commitments were 7,000. All the countries are talking about it, so businesses have to talk about it. If we talk about Saudi also, similarly in 2020, regarding GHG reporting, only 10 companies were there, but now the in the previous year, I'll say it was 118. The number has completely moved. So if you'll see, there is a kind of 100% jump from 10 to 118 plus. So that's
Yeah.
a massive jump which companies are taking. And definitely in next 5 years, businesses either has to adapt as per sustainability, or they then or otherwise they'll just sort of they'll give up in terms of business. They'll not be able to hold up to the mark, to the expectations of their customers and their investors. Um, that was the 5 year of lens, and definitely ESG is not no longer a Western concept, I'll say. If just imagine two companies, right, two construction companies which went for bidding for the same mega project in Saudi. Both have very strong financials, both have good technical expertise, and I'll say both are like, they have competitive pricing. In terms of pricing also, they are doing well, yet one wins after 5 years. Now question comes, why? Like, if both were that much compatible, why one wins? The one wins because they can demonstrate their carbon footprint data, they can demonstrate their climate risk management, they can demonstrate their work, workforce or worker welfare practices, they can demonstrate their governance control, they can demonstrate their uh, let's say sustainability commitments. And the reality here makes it very simple, I'd say. Banks, basically, if we go to banks, they actually increasingly evaluate the ESG. Supply chains, actually, they are demanding it. Investors demand it. Customers demand it. And this trend is accelerating. The companies that prepare early gain advantage, they definitely win. The companies that delay, they often find themselves reacting under pressure. They think that, okay, how I have to do this, how I have to figure out things. So the complete complexity begin there. Now, if we'll say about the ESG regulation, definitely there are number of standards in the market. We have GRI, we have SASP, we have CDP, we have ISSB, and companies often find themselves getting confused. Okay, where according to what they have to report exactly. So
Yeah.
this is
And I think this is really important. We don't want to be these fearful sharks in a pond. I think that's the metaphor we're going with here. And just like Komal, you mentioned how important it is to be able to adhere with regulatory frameworks and standards. It is quintessential in a lot of businesses right now and activities, and especially in the bidding processes, to be able to talk and evaluate a bunch of investors, your shareholders. So this is going to be the next big step. And Alhamdulillah, Saudi Arabia is moving towards that. We're progressing. We have our stock exchange markets now. They're doing a fantastic job in providing us with those guidances in the local metrics. And we just have to follow great work, right? So yeah. So what exactly is ESG regulations, and how are they reshaping the market?
across all the, I'll say, across all the standards. We'll go one by one. GRI is more about it's more about theoretical things. It's more about what companies has done in terms of today and what they'll be planned for. What will be the plan for tomorrow? But more or less, it's like theoretical part only. When we talk about IFRS S1 S2, that is more like a technical thing, right? They're not just sustainability report; they are more of a business risk report. If I'll talk about IFRS S1, IFRS S1 basically asks what sustainability issues could affect your company's future value, right? And if we talk about IFRS S2, that basically asks what climate related issues could affect your company's future value. Now, did you notice something? Did you get the catch?
Do you guys find the difference? Let's elaborate a little bit here. So we have, and which is really important moving forward in the reporting standards. You have a financial, you have a financial reporting, and you have an impact-based reporting, and combining those two gives us a double materiality assessment. This is really important to be able to understand. And IFRS has done a fantastic job as part of the organization from ISSB. To be able to give us clear indications and directions on what two important reporting measures we have to take. So the first one being the S1, which is a sustainability related reporting. Thank you, Komal. And the second one is S2, which is climate based. And S2 essentially covers everything that is happening within our local ethos, within our local environment. So I hope I answered the question right, Como.
Yeah.
You could definitely emphasize a lot more.
Yeah, that you got the catch very right, Abdul Rahman. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the only word that differs for both the sentences is sustainability to climate related. And very true said Abdul Rahman, IFRS S1 is completely about sustainability, while IFRS S2 is completely about climate risk impact, right? And definitely double materiality has like materiality assessment is a one thing, but double materiality is something which top management gets a catch, right? So the focus is, if we compare everything and if we see everything, the focus is not about, okay, we have to save the planet. Definitely that's a plus thing that will happen, but the focus is on protecting and creating enterprise value, right? This is why finance teams or boards, or I'll say risk functions and executive leaderships, they are becoming increasingly involved with this particular frameworks. When investors read these disclosures, they just want answers to the four questions. Very simple, very stable, like just only four questions. One is, who is responsible? Tell me who is responsible. What is the strategy? What's next? What we can do next? What are risks? Like how we will manage risks and what are risks, and how how is the performance measured? What are the KPIs? What are the KRAs? So the questions revolve around these four things only, and the answer to all these four things is, who's responsible? Governance will take care of that. What's the strategy part will take care of that. How are the risks managed? Risk management will take care of that. And how is performance measured? Its metrics and targets will catch up that, right? So in this four simple formats, we'll get the answer to all. We can we can just tell investors, hey, our business is doing in terms of this. We have these all policies. This is the strategy we are taking. These are the risks we found out, we checked, we observed, and this is the strategy we will mitigate the risks and how we'll manage them. And this is the way of how we are measuring everything. So that's it. Governance, strategy, risk management, metrics, and targets. That's all. Now the catch along all these things comes the second part, that is the climate one. Regarding, I'll say, okay, we'll talk about, we have this, a lot of people have heard about scope 1, scope 2, scope 3, kind of a jargony technical term, I'll say. But for you all, like, let's make it kind of interactive. Just wanted to ask you all, imagine your company is a cup of Arabic coffee, right? Like your company is manufacturing the Arabic coffee. Just let me know, like, what all will come under scope 3. As from the slide you can clearly see what is scope 1, direct emissions, scope 2 indirect emissions. Like after this, we'll definitely understand and deep dive better. But from your perspective, as you're already doing the reporting part, and you're also like in a maybe thing, you're in a thought of thing that yes, we can do the data management and other thing part. So you must have heard about scope 3. Um,
Yeah,
would you?
so you're gonna have a poll right in front of you guys. I see some answers. So exactly what is it? I mean, is it waste? Is it packaging? Is it transportation? Are we saying it's fuel consumption? Is it the electricity that we consume or we use for our operations? So far, we have had a couple of answers.
I'm very glad that we have a very informed audience, I'll say.
Yeah.
No one clicked fuel combustion consumption. No one clicked electricity. That was a very, very, very smart move, I'll say. Exactly. You all are with us. And yeah, so scope 1 will be the emissions that are generated while preparing the coffee, the fuel consumption. Scope 2 will be the emissions which come from the electricity used
Yeah.
to operate the equipment. And scope 3 emissions come from everything else, like literally everything else: the coffee beans, transportation, packaging, waste, supplier activities, customer use. And like now, here's like if we'll talk about covering all these mentioned subcategories, here's the surprise that for most organizations, scope 3 represents the largest share of emission, often more than 70%, I'll say. And this is why sustainability is no longer an internal issue. Companies has to take the accountability of their supply chain. They have to offer in hand to their supply chain, saying that, hey, come join us for the sustainability part. And they have to also show their customer, hey, this is what we are doing in terms of sustainability, and showing them that okay, we are taking one step forward. So this was about complete thing. Now I'll not, because you all are so much informed about this, we'll directly jump to the strategy part, right? We'll go to the executive action plan. So right now, the biggest mistake organization make is they think that reporting is everything, right? They begin it with reporting, but reporting should be the outcome. It should not be the starting part. The starting part should always be the strategy. Step 1 should be like we have to understand the risks. So understand your risks first, then understand your opportunities, measure your baseline properly. Scope 1, scope 2, scope 3, like that should be the primary part. Then set meaningful target should not be like okay, I'll do this, I'll do that. No, it should be like okay, with respect to what is practically doable, we'll do that, right? If we have to take baby steps, we'll go for that, but we'll start from something small. We'll not just commit something big, because then the concept of greenwashing comes, right?
Yeah.
Then embed that into ESG, into the business decisions, and then reporting the progress. So that is something which again comes. So this is the complete part. Next year, if I again have to go for reporting, I'll not get confused that what next step I have to take. What's the plan? What's the action? Right? What is the strategy for my next 5 years? I have to complete focus on dedicatedly. Like this was my baseline report. Now I'm here, and now I have to go way forward. So that should be the complete crux regarding how we have to guide and go step by step. So
Yeah.
again, that yes.
And I'm so glad you mentioned Komal greenwashing, because right now this is one of the biggest challenges organizations are facing. We are seeing uh, a plethora of reports that are that have no baseline of exactly where those factual information are coming from. We're seeing disproportionate amount of false documentation that is not proving the legitimacy or the causes of the environmental impacts or the social impacts or the governmental impacts, but they are pretty much going with the regulation mandation, which is causing a lot of disruptions in the public who are able to see. And this is something that we have seen as a big challenge. And towards moving forward, you'll definitely understand why this is a very important aspect in one of the content here today. So please just go ahead, continue.
Yeah, definitely well said. I'll add up to that. I'll later pick that how technology can definitely help in reducing the greenwashing part and making things more audit friendly. But right now, if we'll just let's like we have seen the last 5 years, let's just fast forward to 2030. Now Saudi Arabia has achieved major visions 2030 milestones. Global capital continues flowing into the kingdom. Supply chains, they are becoming sort of more transparent. Investors, they are becoming more selective. Customers are becoming more demanding. No, we want ESG. And definitely the way Gen Zs are moving, I'll definitely say they'll definitely go for the sustainability part, right? And then comes the question, which companies succeed? I'll say not necessarily the biggest company or not necessarily the oldest company, but the companies that understand risk, the companies that embrace transparency, or I'll say the companies that actually can demonstrate resilience. Those who know what sustainability, those who have embedded sustainability into their operations, and the companies that transform sustainability into competitive advantage. So,
Yeah. Perfect. So let's let's transition into technology and how technology itself is helping us achieve that. Now, Ms. Koma is going to be giving us a little bit of an overview of how that operates. Now, during this demonstration, if you have any questions or any sort of comments, you're more than likely to leave them in the chat as we just fly through. Here specifically, we have a platform. I think Ms. Como, you can definitely elaborate more on this. We have a platform that is moving across in different types of digital reporting. And this is the newest way of reporting, the smart way of reporting, exactly how intuitive we can be in our transparency and in our annual disclosures. So, Ms. Como, please, you have the floor. Go ahead.
yeah, thank you so much. Yes. So here we are, here we go. This is the dashboard. As I already mentioned, greenwashing is something which we have to eliminate, right? We cannot go with the statements, okay, that company has did this, because auditing is something which comes in and then checks everything, right? So here comes the dashboard part. Technology has helped a lot of things. Like here we can just, with a one click, with a one tap, we can calculate number of files, we can calculate the emissions from any sort of fuel consumption, from electricity, or from any of our supply chain issue, I'll say. So this is the dashboard of your impact, where you can see collectively the GHG emission, the overall emission, scope 1 emission, scope 2 emission, scope 3 emission, and you can also just basically change the time period if you want to. If you just want to go for a complete financial year, you can go for that. If you want to see just for a single specific month, you can check that. So if you have, just just found the catch that now you do not have to go for Excel sheets, you do not have to jump to the Excel sheet, you will just within a one click you'll see, okay, past month, what were my emission trend, like how much I have saved, what were my total emissions. So this way you can actually go towards the decision making part. We do have KPIs for ESG. Yes.
No, go ahead. I'm just yes,
Yeah.
I'm agreeing
Okay.
with.
All right. Yeah. So then comes the ESG and sustainability part, where we have covered all the KPIs. Now you have to be rest assured in terms of what you have to do in terms of data, right? You should be more concerned of, okay, my operations have to take next action as this. Now I have to implement renewable energy into my operation. Now I have to go for the solar panels. That also, how much ROIs will be there, I'll show in the next slides. Let's go step by step. So this was about
Yeah.
the complete scope-wise emission trends. You can check annually, you can check monthly. Then you can check your ESG score trends across the years. You can check what all upcoming tasks you have. So you do not have to think a lot about, okay, what I have to do next. Rather than that, you just have to go for the action part. We also provide the recommendations. This is the best part of technology, which I like, the AI thing. And then comes the reporting deadlines, that, okay, if your specific reporting has this deadline, you just quickly have to go get the data, upload it on the platform, and you're done with the reporting part. Now you just have to go for the next strategies, right? Monthly energy consumption, waste generation breakdown, and also your suppliers. You can also monitor your suppliers emission, you can monitor their ESG trends. So that's the best part, where you're not moving single-handedly. You're also, sort of, you're also taking your supply chain together. That okay, no, all of us will go to the sustainability. Yeah. Uh,
And that is one of our
so
biggest challenge right now. I mean, we're bombarded with multiple vendors. We're bombarded with multiple sources of data, and we obviously at this for the past couple of years, we've seen that companies who are very much passionate about sustainability and environmental disclosures reporting, they're seeing that it gets very overwhelming for them. And informations are there, the data set is there, but where to start? It really is something that they're having troubles with. So here,
exactly.
obviously, the platform we have right now is very intuitive, and our purpose is to give you an overview. We definitely would be able to take a personal consultation, specifically around like how we can really enable this and work around with your entity. But for now, we can just go through the overview itself and why which of these specific elements that makes it absolutely unique, right?
Yes, exactly. So we do have multiple, how you have to upload the data. Like if you have completely integrated everything, you can go for a single form entry. You just have to put your data here. The emissions will be calculated in seconds, not even in minutes, in seconds, I'll say. Okay, if you say no, I have a lot of data, I have like thousands of rows, I don't know how I have to upload. Like I cannot spare so much of time filling one by one entries. That is actually very time consuming. Then we have bulk upload feature. So if you'll see, you just have to go, you have to download the template. As soon as you'll download the template, you can see the template here. uh, I hope the template is visible. Is it
I think we're just waiting for it.
okay now?
It's visible now. Yeah.
Amazing. Yes. So you can see here that we do have required fields for emission calculation, and as per that, you just have to drop your data here. What all assets are there? What all fuel use there? And definitely, if like as my audiences, I'll say they're very intellectual. They must get the words that okay, what is fuel use? What is fuel used quantity and everything. Then you have to specify facility. So we do provide facility wise exposure to emissions. Then also with respect to the timelines. Then come the date of transaction, whenever you consume the like purchase the particular fuel for the specific facility. So this way you just have to download the template, and then let's say I'll show you another template by which you just have to upload it on the system. So I do have a filled template. I have just added the template, and can you see how quickly system has just validated all the quantity across different units, and
Yeah.
it is also, if there will be any sort of error, it will just flag the error that no, this is not correct. You have mapped it to a wrong facility or maybe to a wrong category. This way, you can just go click this to import data, and the emissions will be calculated again, right? So
Perfect.
this is how everything is, like in a one click you can validate, you can calculate number of data,
Yeah.
and you can also go and check and view it. So it, everything is traceable, it is back traceable. If you want to go, and if you want to go for any sort of auditing, it is available there. So that's the best part. And now comes the surprise bonus, I'll say. Okay, let's say if there is a invoice, and I don't, like a lot of invoices are there, I don't have that much of time to extract the data from invoices and put it on the Excel sheet and then put it on the system. We do have solution for that as well. You just go to use with AI. I'll quickly share a bill. We have a bill with us.
Yeah. And we're going towards a digital transformation here. We're definitely making use of AI to enable faster data uploads. Uh, and as you can see right now on your screen, you'll be able to find a receipt exactly of like how much fuel is being used. And this way, you'll be able to kind of like visualize exactly any sort of template is acceptable. It's AI generated. So it will be able to accurately understand which of those important elements are quintessential, and it'll be able to figure out and calculate and upload the data first, regulate it and calculate it all in all.
I hope like my screen and receipt
Yeah.
both are.
Yep.
Yeah, amazing. So what we'll do is we'll just simply go to, since it's an electricity bill, I'll upload the bill here. Then we'll extract with AI.
And then does its magic.
We'll just wait. And here you see it has told us the invoice number, supplier, and site number, meter number, and everything. So everything which you dump on our system, that will be calculated. It also tells you the confidence score, like what is the confidence score. You can just go and recheck everything. I'll simply approve and save. I'll say, okay, this much of emission. All right. I'll then either upload another receipt or I'll view the saved data. I saw that.
Yeah.
So it's like in clicks, I can manage everything. I can do everything, right? I don't have to take a lot of stress on, okay, I have to go for the Excel work, how I'll show this to management, the dashboard and everything. So this is actually very sorted in terms of how we have to do this. Or if you also want to see analytics, if you want to see overall trends, you can see year on year trends. If you want to see scope wise trends, you can see them across the categories, across the plants. You can see the heat maps. If I want to see the scope 3, I can also see the scope 3 year on year category wise, facility wise, where the emission are flowing very high. What is the YOY? It's also telling you the YOY. So that's the magical part, I would say. AI has really helped a lot. That was about GHG. I'll quickly move to the ESG part. Just give me a second. Yeah, so under ESG, we do have right now two modules, that is GRI and IFRS S1 S2. You do not have to take a lot of stress. You just have to get all the data and upload it on the system. Rest system will take care of this. You can just go and check, see the dashboard, the baseline emission reporting, scope 1, 2, 3 emission reduction targets, and then regarding climate change, renewable and everything. You can just simply see how easily I can visualize thing. I can see and I can quickly tell my investors that here my business is, here I want to be, and this is how I'm planning things. So this is about the IFRS S1 S2 module. This is about the GRI module. All the sections we have covered. I'll also quickly show you the reports, that what kind of reports you'll get from the system.
Yeah, because our main thing is definitely number one is making things easier for the user to be able to add as much information as possible. And number two is being able to have generated results. Obviously, you're going to be giving these out to your person responsible, the body responsible, so they can have an idea and visualize exactly where the entity's impacts are currently lying, where or project where they would be in the next couple of years.
Yes. So if you talk about the reporting, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
This is the GHG report which you'll get from the system based on the data you have added. So we do tell about the executive summary of the organization. Then the company profile comes, how many entities are there, how many facilities are there, how many total employees are working, then total revenue, reporting boundary, we do tell what kind of industry, sector, subsector, everything we have covered. Then comes the scope 1 emission part, the direct emissions, you can see them here, scope 2 emissions across categories. Like it's not, and even because of AI, we are also providing the insights that, okay, your grid electricity represents 93%, you can go for a PPA or maybe a renewable energy certification, or you can maybe switch to renewable energy, install some solar panels on your rooftop maybe, or maybe at some other place at your warehouse. Then it also tells you that, okay, your specific facility had this much of emission. So what will be the sector benchmark, and how you can, like, how if you'll go for the rooftop solar potential, then how much there is the identification of potential, like how much you have to install, how many of the solar panels you have to install, and what will be the percentage of offset. That will also be, like, you can just check it and just go to the management and show them that this report rocks, basically. Then comes
Yeah.
the scope 3, the most complicated part, I'll say. That also we have tried to simplify it in the best manner as we can. Month on month emission trends, you can see which month has the highest emissions, lowest emissions, which quarter has the highest emissions. Then heat map across for the whole year, heat maps you can see for the facilities, and emission hotspots you can focus that, okay, in scope 1 I have to quickly focus on the diesel part, the genset part, right there I have to check for some alternates in the market. Then comes the scope 2 and scope 3, which all categories have highest or lowest emission. This way, also we are telling you the reduction opportunities, the potential. What's your immediate plan? What's the lowest hanging fruit strategy for which you can go? What will be the midterm, a medium term target, or for a longer run? If the investors wants to invest in you, what will be your long term strategy? How you see yourself in terms of sustainability in after a 10-year thing or 8 year. So this is how technology is actually simplifying lives. And the best part, this is audit friendly report, like this is completely auditable. Every single data is traceable, back traceable. You can, if auditors come and ask for any specific proof, it's like it's in your hands. You can just go and check and provide the logs to them that these are the proofs. This is how we have done all the emission
Yeah.
vectors. They are right source, and the assurance statement we provide you, and this is all about the GHG.
Yeah.
Similarly, we have covered the GRI. For GRI also, you can quickly check that we have covered all the aspects, starting from general disclosure to 200, 400, or 300 series. Everything is covered. Everything, every single aspect is covered here. So this is about the GRI part. And
Yeah.
yes.
That's perfect. I mean, we have, and this is not only limited to GRI or the GHT, we also have the IFRS as well, and other scenario analysis and metrics as well. So,
Yes, definitely. I'll move to the IFRS S1 S2 part, but just want to give a heads up that in GHG also, when we were saying you that what are your lowest hanging strategy, or maybe medium term or long term plan. Similarly for GRI also, like this, we treat all the three pillars of ESG equally. We are not discriminating with anyone. So it's not about that we'll only give you a plan for GHG, it's for the GRI as well. Here also you can see that, okay, what all you can do in terms of environment, social, and even the governance compliance. The As Abdul Rahman has also mentioned about the IFRS S1 S2 thing. So scenario analysis and ROI are something which are very tricky in terms of, and like the how we can say that trusting the data, or whether that those are calculated properly or not, that again comes as a question in the mind to the top management or to the auditors, I'll say, investors or customers. It is very simplified report. If you'll see here also, we have covered all the four pillars: the governance, the strategy, and the risk management. That also has been covered
yeah,
here. And you definitely have to track your KPI. So metrics, targets, that is also something which we have covered here. So this is the kind of reporting you'll get from the system. Scenario analysis. Here we are, Abdul Rahman, your favorite part.
oh gosh.
So yeah, so we have covered scenario analysis as well here. The
Yeah,
facility resilience, you can say, the financial effects, transition plans. This is something which investors, like, they actually want to see. So this is also covered very properly. The
yeah,
assurance statement, annexures, how the complete report has been calculated. So that's how we look at the reports. It should not be
yeah,
a stress thing for companies. The
for
good part
companies.
should be, I want to do this. The only
Yeah.
thing we want for sustainability is, no, I want to do this. This is very important. So
Fantastic. I do want to say, like, Homo, we do have around like 12 minutes. So I do want to just maybe pause a little bit and see if the audience have any questions thus far. And they wanted to at least let us know. We could using of emojis are definitely mandatory, but you can definitely just quickly unmute yourself and let us know if you have anything so far that you wanted to ask.
I'm actually kind of a bit excited in showing the ROI part. So meanwhile you are gathering
Yeah.
the question, I'll quickly show that, okay, ESG and sustainability are not up to the compliance thing only. It's actually something where the business leaders will think, okay, what will be my ROI? They should get the number. This will be my ROI. This will be my payback years. So again, technology has simplified that as well. So this is the ROI dashboard where you'll get your baseline emission, what's the reduction potential you hold as a company, as an organization, what will be the total capex, annual savings, NPV, IRR, everything is covered here. And then the payback years as well. So here is the baseline report. If you'll see hotspot, we have detected the hotspot with the help of AI. Then comes the intervention library. You can see it. Everything is here. Just one click, I'll know that, okay, if these are my hotspot, then okay, what are the alternates? What all the things which I can do? How much money will be invested? What will be the payback here? How in how many years, or what will be the annual savings? Yeah.
Right.
So yes. So this way we'll know our pathways, we'll know the decarbonization roadmap, we'll know the journey, we'll know in which year what we have to do, how we'll move towards our sustainability plan. Then if we want to go for the offsetting, that is also there. If I want to manage my supply chain, that is also there. If I want to see, okay, I'll not go for only IFRS S1 S2, I want to go for multiple reporting, that is also there. Because of my presence of across the globe, if a company is present across the globe, they can actually go and, as per their customer wants, that kind of report they can provide. It will not be a very complicated thing. And then comes the part which we want, that everyone should be acknowledged of sustainability. Sustainability should be a word which everyone knows in terms of business, in terms of normal lives, everything. So we provide a Learn with Us module where you just have to go click on any course. It is completely free. It comes with a plus point, a bonus point on the subscription which you have subscribed. So you can just go check and see, because we want to transfer the knowledge which we have. We want everyone should be accountable. Everyone should be, that much. They should hold that much of knowledge. That, okay, if someone asks that what are GRI, what is GRI, what are the GRI standards, or if their customers want, they can also, like, we can also tell them that, sir, these are the things which comes under GRI, which we are dedicatedly following. So this is the complete scenario. Yes, I
Yeah.
hope I have not taken much of the time.
No, I hope our information isn't overwhelming, but more acceptable and intuitive to be able to go and help you guys understand why it's super important in Saudi. And just to let you know, this is Arabic enabled as well. So we have the local language enabled here. So it makes it a lot more easier to be able to track and have everyone all inclusive. It doesn't have again, this is not a Western concept. It is a universal concept, and we need to be able to have entities and different companies within the locale to be able to have that level of acceptance and more comfort in using the system to have a much more tracking, a better way of tracking, better way of reporting, better way of representing the organization, right?
Also, companies find themselves struggling that, okay, what is applicable to me, what is not applicable to me. For that, under scope 3, we have simplified things. You just have to answer simple question. If you say that your company sell physical products, automatically you'll see your categories recommendation will increase. So you'll know that, if let's say if I have just said no, and I say that my company have franchisee, you'll see that, okay, franchisee is something which data I have to collect. So you'll be informed at every step that what all data you need to collect. It will not be a blind thing. If I say that, okay, my company lease assets, so
Yeah.
the further categories will be enabled. You can just go review the categories. You can check
Yeah.
how much potential is there. You can check what all are applicable on you, what all are not applicable on you. You can go and check, okay, what kind of data you have. Based on that, we also provide data readiness score, that how much your data is compatible with respect to the system, so that auditing will not become a kind of hassle for you, right? So
Yeah.
here you'll check that, okay, my ups, based on your answers it will change. So then you'll, if simply review and submit, you'll see that what is the heat map of category, what all data you have available, what is planned, what is partially available. And this way system will know what system has to collect from you. So now you just have to get your invoices and excels done at a place and dump it on the system. Everything else system will take care.
Ms. Komal, I think we do have two questions, and we have a couple of questions, and hopefully more to come. So let's start with those. What do you think? We have the first one. It says, can the platform generate reports align with GRI, SASB, and TCFD requirements?
Yeah, so as just I presented the screen, we can get the GRI and TCFD is now ISSP. So IFRS S1 and S2 is there. SASB is something which we are taking into consideration. Hopefully, in a couple of months, we'll have SASB also there. So also we there are a bit more commitments which we are taking in terms of carbon credits and offsetting and other things which we can take up. So that is also something which is in plan. So with every update you'll feel that, okay, there is something new in the system. So that's about it. Regarding the next question is for you, Abdul Rahman. It's like, how can we obtain access to the platform? Then you have
Absolutely.
to
Thank you
contact
so
Abdul Rahman.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nadat. Absolutely. You can definitely reach us out. If Ms. Komal, if you can go back to the presentation, please, and uh, into the
Yes.
slide. Yes. You can definitely contact us at yourimpact.sa. Our website is all live. You can also reach out to me or at sales@yourimpact.sa, which is URIMPACT.sa, or you can reach out to me via WhatsApp or call. We're here based in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. But we're not discriminated in other cities. We are definitely available all digitally. So our number is 254-563-6919. You can include the international code for Saudi. So this is a little bit of demonstration, but also the importance of sustainability and why it absolutely matters. Like our main focus was giving the context of what ESG is currently looking at in this Saudi Arabian context, and what with the progressive visions that we have aligned from His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman and the executive parties in the kingdom and beyond, we needed to understand, like, with the vision, how it can envelop this, and we need to be able to have a much better act to be able to lead tomorrow. We want it to be much more intuitive, faster, and a lot more effective. So if you have any questions, you know where to reach out to me. You can definitely take a look at our website as well. We also do have, this is just one of many series we're going to be continuing forward, inshallah. We have different, we're going to be deep diving in the in different contexts. We have definitely, this was an overview of ESG, but there's so many more important elements in it. We need to be able to understand what IFRS is doing right now in the S1 and S2 climate, and how we can detail in our reporting measures. We also need to understand how different scenario analysis or how different financial impact reports are bringing or complementing or addressing the financial performances of a company. And so this is just one of many. And if you would like, we also have personal consultations available. So you can definitely reach out to me by email or WhatsApp at sales or at your info, and or through the WhatsApp number, and we'll be able to provide a comprehensive consultation, including dedicated packages, so you can see what we can offer to your organization or to you itself, right? So thank you so much, Ms. Como. And thank you everyone for being super, super kind for using your lunch break to learn about ESG and sustainability. Any last words, Ms. Como? Go ahead. I'm seeing loads of emojis. To be honest with you, I prefer
Thank you
emojis.
so much. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you. All right, perfect. So if you guys can, and you can leave your emails here, you can email to me or whatever is accessible, and we can reach out to you anywhere. All right. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, well, let's go towards closing remarks. Thank you so much. I'm so glad we did this under an hour. Knowing myself, I can blabber for hours, but I think we did a really good job. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And inshallah, hopefully, bi'ithnillah ya Rabb, we're going to be seeing more of you guys. And this is just one of you, all right? So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week, inshallah, and have a great afternoon. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Como. Great use of our afternoon, huh? Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.